Good afternoon and welcome to the OMNI Coalition News Show, aka TOCNS. This show is an amalgam of strange, weird, bizarre, off-the-wall, and otherwise things you don't normally see anymore from most news sources these days. During a time of political overabundance and divisiveness, we present you with more unifying topics to discuss, for the most part. For links to those articles, the music done by Carrera, and anything else potentially interesting, check the underbar of the description below. Anyway, I am Xander, and today I am joined by...
The Slayer.
Brendoom Fraser Slayer with is that Kratos on a deer wearing a Santa hat?
Oh no, that's Doomslayer.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
Yeah, it's Christmas Doom.
Ah, Christmas Doom.
Yeah. It's almost that time of the year.
Dashing through the smolder, beheading demons. I don't know. Anyway, starting us off here at Rebel News, Manitoba joins Alberta, Saskatchewan in fight against Trudeau's long gun ban. Manitoba continues to raise significant concerns regarding the proposed measures that will publish law-abiding firearms while doing little to address the illegal importation of firearms from the United States, wrote Manitoba Justice Minister Kelvin Gorston in a press release. And I see we have been joined by Noah. Welcome.
Hello, people.
Noah!
Yeah, wait, can you tell me which of the shows we're doing right now?
It's a news show.
Okay, cool.
Notable events, weather, and sports. Yes. Anyway, it says here, a last-minute amendment to the Liberals' long gun ban, Bill C-21, will criminalize hundreds of thousands of firearm owners in Western Canada. Great. Manitoba's government stands united with Saskatchewan and Alberta in opposing the federal Liberal government's confiscation plans, said Manitoba Justice Minister Kelvin Gorston. Amendment G4, the last-minute addition to Bill C-27, will ban center-fire semi-autos like the plentiful and affordable SKS and shotguns with, quote, detachable critical or cartridge magazine with a capacity of greater than 5 cartridges, end quote. Or, as the Fraser Institute rightly put it, most firearms used by hunters in Canada. Ay. It just never stops. These people, they gotta be put into, like, a prison and, leave our guns the fuck alone. So, or leave the Canadian guns alone. Continues on here, the result will be the largest gun ban in Canadian history. Alberta's Justice Minister, Tyler Shandro, has come out swinging against the latest prohibition. So... And so there's a lot of Twitter posts and other things in between the sections of the article here. So this is just needless. I mean, remember when the Uvalde shooting happened, and all of a sudden Canada went around and said, "Oh, we got to ban like handguns." What the hell does Canada have anything to do with Uvalde? Like, did anybody have anything to say?
Sorry, I was sneezing temporarily.
That's all right.
Sorry, yeah.
I mean, Doom, you hunt, right?
I mean, long gun ban, like, not a good thing if you want small government, really.
Well, no, they're not a small government. That's the thing. They're a big government, and they're trying to disarm the populace in order to remain a big government. That's
I don't know if they're bigger than the U.S. I don't know. I mean, yeah.
Well, no, they're not.
They should be doing that, like the Alberta, Saskatchewan, all that.
They should be taking away their guns?
No, they should be fighting for guns.
Oh, yeah. Well, no, this is about a law that's going to ban, long guns. So, like, rifles, shotguns, stuff like that.
Oh, yeah, I heard they were going to pass a law, a bill into law. Yeah, I heard about this.
Yeah, I was just talking about this.
The other day, I was reading it, yesterday or something.
Yeah, Bill C-21.
In Canada, yeah. Mm-hmm. In Canada also.
Yeah.
So they're banning certain types of, is it pistols? I don't remember, is it pistols?
They've already gone after pistols, I believe, somewhat successfully.
That's the most common thing you can get.
Exactly. See, when you go after something, you don't go after the hardest thing first. Actually, no. Well, sometimes you do. It really depends on the nature.
It's the most widely available, like a pistol.
Well, like, you go after the largest thing, which is the most widely available thing. Like, so, like, you go after that, and then you go after, the long guns, and you go after the shotguns, and you go after, like, bow and arrows, and then all of a sudden, even slingshots are illegal. I'm pretty sure kitchen knives are illegal in the UK. Yeah. So...
They just want to take away Second Amendment.
Well, they don't have a Second Amendment.
That's not in the same in Canada.
Yeah.
You know.
But still, like, I mean, Australia was able to do what they did because back in the 80s they did an entire, gun buyback program and effectively disarmed their entire population. And now, Australia is once again an entire penal colony, continent, country thing. So, but let's move on up here. More from Rebel News. Victorian teacher blames COVID lockdown for grooming teen. A married teacher says she was lonely during Victoria's COVID lockdowns when she sent a lewd image of himself with his pants pulled down to a 14-year-old student. Wow. What? Why? What?
Wait, can you read it again just for me? Because I was typing to person.
A married teacher said he was lonely during Victoria's COVID lockdowns when he sent a lewd image of himself with his pants pulled down to a 14-year-old student. So a married man...
Okay, that is straight pedophilia.
Yes. Straight up.
Yeah.
Like, I was lonely. Boo-hoo.
Straight out of the dictionary, pedophilia.
Yes. A Victorian teacher who sent sexually explicit images of himself to a 14-year-old girl has avoided jail and will instead undergo mental health treatment for loneliness. Wow. So here we go. Like, remember back in the...
dude, I know this is last minute, but I want to send you something if I can find it in time.
Oh, that's all right. We can talk about it at the end. We have a lot of articles to go through, so don't worry.
It's about that drag queen agenda going on in Biden's democracy, whatever the hell.
Oh god. Well, yeah, go ahead and send it over. I'll take
administration.
Yeah.
I mean, there was a man yesterday. I saw an image on Twitter. A man, he was stealing girls' clothes out of luggage in the airport, and he's in his administration, the Department of Energy, I think.
What?
He's part of. He's some executive or something.
Find
director.
this, please. Find this, and we'll most likely
and
talk about it.
he has lipstick on, and he has a shaved head. I don't know. It's weird. And a dress.
Well, find it. So,
it was yesterday. It's not trending anymore. Trending right now.
Well, as I said, we have a lot of articles here.
I found it. Okay. I'll send it to you.
Well, I'm going to continue on here. It says, Loxie Christie, a married father of two, pleaded guilty to grooming a child under 16 after a Melbourne court heard he had repeatedly sent and requested photos from a female student. Christie, at the age of 27, had engaged in conversations with a girl over the social media app Snapchat, telling her that she was, quote, gorgeous, end quote, and asking her for photographs of her breasts. What? Gross.
Oh, okay. I found it. I tagged you in the Discord. Yeah,
okay, I'll check it out in a minute here, dude.
Yeah,
the girl sent him a photo with her top lifted up to expose the bottom of her breasts after Christie peppered her with requests. Christie, whose wife was ill and whose child suffered from autism, claimed he had become lonely during the COVID pandemic when the conversations began. Communication between the two began in October of 2020 when the girl liked a photograph of Christie posted on Instagram. It continued until February 2021 when police arrested the Peninsula-based physical education teacher. So of course it was a gym teacher.
The plot to a really dangerous fan fiction story.
Yeah, this is absolutely disgusting.
I know.
So,
yeah. All right. Oh my God.
What about you, Doom? You've been kind of quiet so far. What do you have to say about this?
That's fucked up.
Yeah.
That's seriously fucked up. Like, you're blaming... Who the fuck would blame... Like, seriously, blaming a COVID lockdown for this? Like, really?
Well, you gotta remember...
No, you're fucked in the head.
You gotta remember what this guy is, and, the political party affiliated with such people, and those people, they can never accept blame. It's always something else. It's not my fault that I bothered the hell out of a 14-year-old girl and asked her to send me, boobs. It's not my fault. I was lonely. Frickin' children, dude.
Some lefty.
Frickin', yeah, exactly.
I guess some people don't go any higher than 14.
Some people should be eliminated. So, yeah.
Or incarcerated, at least.
Well, yeah. Well, he should be thrown in jail. Like, he's avoiding jail time and going into a mental health thing. Like, bro, this guy, he did criminal activities. Put him in jail. Like, Because as I was going to say, remember like late 90s, early 2000s, like all of the freaking celebrities, they're all going into rehab. Like, oh, it wasn't me, it was the drugs, it was the alcohol, blah, blah, blah. They all got their
early
free meal tickets.
Britney Spears shaved her head and went nuts for a little while.
Yeah.
Well, she had a breakdown.
Downey Jr.'s was valid, though. He was actually having trouble with substance abuse. Like, he was actually having issues with that.
Well, yeah. But,
like, he was actually bad. Like, him saying, like, him going into therapy, it's valid. Like, he had a good... Like, he was right to say. Like, if he ever did, then he would be right to say that.
Yeah, but then you got something like Mel Gibson. Remember when he got pulled over, he started saying all those anti-Jewish things and all that stuff. And he's like, oh, it was the drugs, I'm going to go into rehab. You know, oh, yeah, sure, buddy. Like... Way to have an excuse. Way to duck responsibility. You're supposed to be an adult. So, anyway, more from Rebel News here. Speaking of stupid people here, Disney's woke CGI movie Strange World bombed spectacularly and will cost over $100 million in losses. Yes, yes.
Hey, I really don't know why the woke people, if they even are actually woke, think that people will watch that. The people going to see movies like that are
because they have legitimate
young. No, they're young, but they're smarter than they used to be.
Well, no, because these people have, honest to God, legitimate mental conditions that remove their ability to even comprehend what reality actually is. They have they're in their own little la la land. They're in their own little bubble. And anybody who comes and bursts their bubble, oh, you know, everybody who argues against me is a racist. You know, like. You know,
the story that I had linked to you in Mike List.
Yeah, I'll check it out. Calm down. I'm doing the show. We're live on air right now.
This is the perfect segue.
Noah. We're doing a live show right now. We are on the air.
I know. Okay. I know. I'm going to calm down.
Thank you. Anyway, it continues on. The film's failure to garner attention from the masses forced Disney to lower its projections by the tens of millions. Disney originally projected it to earn between $30 to $40 million over the period, figures that were already abysmal even by Disney standards. So at least they're projecting still inaccurately. They're kind of getting the gist here. Strange World, which may have well been the wokest Disney production to date, is bombing at the box office and slated to lose the company at least $100 million. Good. Go woke, get broke, you know? Or get woke, go broke, whatever. The movie, which received free publicity from the Perenelli woke on social media for its portrayal of Disney's first openly gay protagonist and differently abled dog, really, crippled. It's proving immensely costly for the entertainment giant, which hoped to bank on its embrace of woke ideology. As detailed by Variety, the movie flops like a dead fish over Thanksgiving weekend, leaving the studio to mop up oceans, mountains, and terrains of red ink. Good. So, I'm going to read this last paragraph here. The CGI film fell behind its expectations, garnering only $11.9 million from 4,174 theaters in North America, and a mere $18.6 million over the 5-day holiday period. The film's failure to garner attention from the masses forced Disney to lower its projections by the tens of millions. Disney originally projected it to earn between $30 to $40 million over the period. Figures that were already abysmal by us. I already wrote that. So yeah, good. Like, you know, hopefully they keep, you know, going down the drain, and I hope that Disney as a company, as an entity, just ceases to exist. You know, I really do.
Hopefully Marvel just gets out of their grips. I hope Marvel gets out of their grips because they're way too good for Disney.
I actually just looked up the Strange World movie on F Movies. Yeah. And, like, I don't know, we're not going to watch it or anything, but the comments section is filled with hate. The top comment on, like, the very top, like, the actual physical top one, says, in all caps, nothing but propaganda. You should know better by now. Disney is making nothing but propaganda.
Oh, yeah. I mean, Disney, dude, like, look at the history of Disney. They've been doing propaganda since the 30s and 40s. Like, you know, anti-Japanese, anti-German propaganda, you know, leading up to and including our involvement in the Second World War. I learned about that a long time ago. What?
Just saying that I learned about that too, yeah.
Yeah, so Disney...
a long time ago.
Disney has been doing propaganda for 80 years. All right, like they know how to manipulate the masses, and they grew into the juggernaut they are today, and their household name, and they were beloved by billions all over the world, and they're manipulating. Like it's people have got to realize, like if I ever have a kid, I will never let them watch Disney anything. I'll never buy them any Mickey Mouse anything. We will never go to Disneyland. Disney is banned from my life. So, yeah. But anyway, more from Rebel News here. Chinese farmers are burning crops as the county pursues COVID-0. Wonderful. Videos circulating online show Chinese farmers disposing of produce as they struggle to find markets during the latest COVID lockdown, triggering warnings of wide-scale food shortages. Oh, hey, wonderful. We're going to have a food shortage, so let's get rid of what little food we have left. What a brilliant idea. Good job, CCP. Anyway, it says here, farmers trying to sell their goods are seen being arrested by Chinese state police after COVID-0 lockdowns. Farmers already struggling to find markets are allegedly being blocked from selling harvests if they do not test their livestock regularly for COVID. Quote, China's strict COVID controls are leaving farmers with no option other than to destroy crops they can no longer sell, triggering concerns about food shortages and stirring outrage on social media, end quote, says Bloomberg Economics. Yeah, and this has been going on for a while. I don't understand. Like, everybody in the world, not just China, but every government is doing the exact opposite of what they should. Like, hey, we're in a drought. Let's flush more water. Hey, we're in a food shortage. Let's burn some crops. Like, dumb. Yeah. Like, hey, crime is going rampant. Let's disarm the citizens so criminals will have even less of a trouble doing crimes. Brilliant. Oh, yeah.
Let's go to the next one, I guess.
Yeah. Anyway, more from Rebel News. Breaking: Elon Musk declares war on Apple. Musk then revealed the source of his issues with Apple, disclosing on Twitter that the company has threatened to withhold Twitter from its App Store without any explanation. Oh, here we go. We're going to have a war.
Yeah, I heard about that big time. I was talking about it on Twitter at some point, I think. Or I was just giving the comments.
It says here, self-proclaimed chief twit and Tesla CEO Elon Musk has declared war on Apple for its attempted censorship of Twitter. In a series of tweets on Monday, Musk disclosed that the tech giant, quote, mostly stopped advertising on Twitter, adding, do they hate free speech in America, end quote. Yes, they do. Yes, they do. Although Musk's remarks first appeared to be without context, many in the comments highlighted to the others' efforts by activists, notably driven by establishment media publications like the Associated Press, New York Times, and others, to get Apple and Google to pull Twitter from their mobile app stores. Musk asked, what's going on here? And Tim Cook. So wow. Huh.
It was about advertisement, sponsorship, sponsored advertising, I think.
No, that's something else.
No,
that's something else. When he was talking about lifting the bans on but when Elon Musk, after he had acquired Twitter, he was talking about lifting the bans on the Babylon Bee, Donald Trump, and various other things. A lot of the advertisers on Twitter were threatening to pull out if he did that, and I haven't really followed much of that personally, but I hope to God that they did, because we don't need any of that crap. And it's not like it's not like Musk is hurting for money anytime soon, But no, this specific instance is about, on your smart device, on your iPhone or your Samsung Galaxy or whatever, or on your tablet, you have all these apps.
Mm-hmm.
What Apple is doing is they're going to be removing the Twitter app from even being able to be downloaded for you to even use it on your mobile device.
Will force push it off your phone too if you have
that too. Yes.
Yeah.
So they're trying to deplatform Twitter now.
Yeah, I think that definitely.
Yeah, and they really think, and they're stupid enough to think that.
No. It's only because he's in charge. It's only because
exactly.
Musk is more right wing than.
Well, no, it's not about right wing. It's about the fact that he
believes in equality or
exactly.
Something.
Yeah. He went in there and he got rid of all the people who were censoring and stepping on throats and having Twitter be like a voice for the left. He went in there and he has it to be a voice for everybody. But because the left, Like, the left is so hateful and bigoted that, their form of inclusion is exclusion of everyone who's not them, for however, mind gymnastics they do to make themselves feel better about that situation. But now, because it's actually like a freedom of speech maybe platform, now they're just trying to get rid of it entirely. Like, remember what they did to Getter. So.
And Gab.
Yeah. Well, Gab's still around, but
True,
Getter got
True
destroyed.
Social. True Social.
Yeah.
I don't have an account, but I don't want to get one either because I have too many friends that are also, like, little.
Well, don't do anything for the sake of anybody else. Do things for you.
No. It's not that. It's just I don't want to lose friends, honestly.
Well, if you're worried about losing friends over doing something like that, are they really your friends?
I don't even have an account. I don't have to worry. But I know what you mean. I don't think they will. These are actually the people I know are good.
I mean, do what you want, but if you're gonna...
The people I know are good.
If you're gonna avoid going to a website because you're afraid that some people that you consider friends would stop treating you like friends because of that action, then they're not your friends.
Well, these people are good, and I don't think they would actually personally even care. But I just don't know what some of them would say.
Well, if I were you, I'd make an account and tell them, and then like, hey, let the trash take itself out.
No, I don't really like what's going on True Social, though.
Yes. Well, anyway.
Also, I'm gonna say it feels a lot like pressing 18 to I am 18, on a porn site or something.
True Social is turning into a porn site?
No, it feels like the same concept.
Well, I'm going to have to make an account anyway one of these days soon. Yeah. So, But anyway, let's move on up here from Oddity Central. Guy faces jail time for building his own Ferrari F430 out of a Toyota. What?
I heard about... I know that... Oh my god. I only know that when... Wait, what was his name? Fucking alien dude, not the guy with the hands meme, but like Bob Lazar. He built his Honda and when they put a jet engine into his Honda, modified it.
That's
awesome.
About
that? Yeah.
Wow. Huh.
You remember that when he did that?
I don't. So
yeah.
No. But anyway, the news story here says a 26-year-old man was recently charged with forgery and breach of trademarks after it was discovered that his red Ferrari F430 was actually a modified Toyota MR Coupe.
Wait. How much money did they fine him?
Well, no, he's being charged with forgery. They're not fining him money. They're gonna arrest him.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Like here, let me.
Over that.
Wow. Wait, he modified his vehicle. You can't do anything on your own these days without permission from the government.
No, you can't. No, it says
over
here.
Two affiliated companies too. That's the shit of it.
Really?
Yeah. It says Italy's Guardia di Fidenza made the unusual seizure during a routine check in the town of Asti in Italy. Although the red Ferrari featured all the iconic elements of the F430, from the prancing horse logo on the bonnet and steering wheel to the rims, brake calipers, and iconic headlights, something about the vehicle seemed wrong. It's unclear whether the motorist had the necessary documents to prove that this car was a genuine F430 or not, but the police officers called a team of experts just to be sure. They confirmed that the car was actually a modified Toyota MR Coupe. Alright. Who joined? Hot Dog. Welcome to the show, Hot Dog. But yeah, it says here, although this is certainly not the first time someone converted their cheap ride into their own exclusive supercar, what makes this case special is a high level of forgery. Instead of a simple carbon fiber frame over a regular chassis and some fake logos, whoever made this fake F430 did an outstanding job. Now, here's where I can understand why they're coming after him. So, it's not the fact that he made this, period. It's the fact that he made this, and he could pass it off as a Ferrari, and because it's not a Ferrari, it's actually a cheaper car on the inside, it won't have the same standards as a Ferrari. It might break down.
Okay, but dude, it's like he owns the vehicle. He's not being licensed it by the government.
No. What I'm saying is that this could, it can get really, really messy really quick. If he decided to sell it, saying it's a Ferrari, then that is straight up like a lie, and it could plunge Ferrari into some media circus. Where like liability and all that stuff, like legal mumbo jumbo. But I can see where it's coming from. I'm not explaining it the best way, but I think I'm understandable. So, am I making any sense, Brendan?
Oh, you're making perfect sense.
Yeah, you're making sense.
Yeah.
Just the thing is, like, he wouldn't, like, nobody would sell a damn Ferrari, though. Like, who the fuck would be stupid enough to sell their own Ferrari?
Well,
like, I mean, okay, if you needed the money, then I get it, but if you were set money-wise and then you sold it, that would be a big mistake.
Well, here's another instance that could play out. What if this guy had a bone to pick with Ferrari, and he was intentionally building cars that look like Ferraris to sell them to try to make Ferrari look bad? You know, that could be a thing. Like,
yeah.
They're not going after him because of what he did. They're going after him of what the potential is, what he could do with it, as far as I'm concerned. So, but anyway, let's move on up here. More from Oddity Central. World's most expensive drug costs $3.5 million per dose. And I'm pretty sure Spike here has tried it. Hemgenix, a single-dose cure for a form of the blood clotting disorder hemophilia, recently set a new world record for the most expensive drug ever at a whopping $3.5 million per dose. On Tuesday, the U.S. Food and Drug Administration approved Hemgenix, a cutting-edge gene therapy designed to treat adults with hemophilia B, a serious genetic disorder in which people do not produce a critical protein needed to clot blood in case of bleeding. Until now, typical treatments required routine injections to maintain sufficient levels of the missing protein in patients, but thanks to Hemgenix, sufferers of hemophilia B require one single IV or intravenously infusion to be cured forever. The only problem is that the single dose costs no less than $3.5 million, making Hemgenix the most expensive drug ever. Well, I mean, it's expensive now, but maybe like 10 years from now it'll be somewhat affordable, maybe? Like, so... But that's interesting. Some advancement in medical science. That's really cool. Anybody have anything to say?
I'm gonna let him take the reins on this one if he wants.
Okay.
I don't do drugs anyway, like, at all.
Do you consume sugar?
They're called performance enhancers.
I guess that counts.
Bingo.
Chocolate. In my chocolate.
Yep.
I like them. Yeah.
More from Oddity Central. Man fired for not being fun enough wins right to be boring at work. I heard about this. A French court recently ruled that a man fired from a consulting firm for not being fun enough at the workplace has the right to be as boring as he likes. In 2015, Cubic Partners, a French management consultancy based in Paris, fired Mr. T. Oh no, Mr. T! Oh man, those fools!
You can't fire someone over, like, what? I mean, personality kind of, but like, fun enough?
Well, like I saw a meme earlier today, actually, where this guy, he didn't want to do like an after party, like socialize and drink with his fellow coworkers, and he got a reprimand or something.
You can't even fire someone for their personality. You can just fire someone for the things they do because of their personality.
Well,
easy, man.
I've been fired for not having a good customer service voice.
Well, that's not your personality. That's a skill.
Hey, it's conflict, bro.
Wait, your voice? You see your voice?
Yes.
Oh my god.
Yeah, no.
What is it? Wow.
I'll explain later. And actually, that was like a week before my mom died.
Explain after the show.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But
I don't
anyway,
understand why he would be getting fired if he's not from or whatever he's doing.
what?
You worked at Disney and you were a princess at Disney. You would have to be a
I'm sorry,
Yeah,
hot dog.
certain
You're breaking up really badly.
Yeah, I can't hear him that well either.
I heard something about Disney princesses. And
Oh
Australia.
yeah, I heard that part.
Yeah. But anyway, the story here goes on. Mr. T, whose full name was not disclosed for privacy reasons, arguing that he was difficult to work with, a poor listener, and simply boring. What the company apparently meant, however, was that Mr. T didn't go out with his colleagues enough after work as part of the company's fun-based approach to team building. The employee, on the other hand, clarified that he simply refused to forcibly partake in various excesses, such as consuming large quantities of alcohol and even sharing a bed with colleagues afterwards. Wow. So because he didn't want to party, he got fired. That should be unconstitutional, but this is French.
That's
so.
a bit much.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
Is my mic better?
Yeah, a little bit.
Linda?
Yeah. Yeah, what were you saying?
Oh, I was saying that I understand it if it's something in a job that's based on fun.
Like, if you were a Disney princess, you would have to be a fun Disney princess. If
Oh,
you
of
weren't,
course.
if you were boring, you would be fired. But going out to drink with people, that's different.
Yeah, like if somebody shows up to work, they do their job, then that's it. If they don't want to do any extracurricular activities, don't make them. This isn't school. Come on. So, but anyway, let's move on up here from the Mirror. Pharmacist shares cold and flu products that are a waste of money and ones that help. Christmas might be upon us once more, but as well as the holiday season getting underway, cold and flu season is also in full swing, with people everywhere coughing, sneezing, and sniffling as they go about their business. If you're one of the unlucky ones who currently suffering from the common cold or a nasty bout of the flu, then fear not, as we've got some expert advice to help you treat the unpleasant symptoms. Abbas Kanani, the superintendent pharmacist at Chemist Click, has shared which ingredients in cold and flu products will actually help treat your symptoms, and the biggest mistake people make when they have a cold or a flu. It says here, speaking to the Mirror, he explained that the most important thing to do before buying any cold and flu medicine is to really take stock of your symptoms. So, and I'm going to leave the rest here to read as per usual. Anybody watching, please check the underbar of the description. It has links to all of these articles for further reading on this. And I'm going to read this myself off the camera, but I wonder what this is. This is a long article. So, but yeah, no. If anybody has cold or flu, if you want to be efficient, then do some research and figure out what medications will best suit your specific symptoms. So, anybody have anything else to say?
I don't know, man. I can't do anything. It's too much woke shit.
Yeah.
In terms of cold and flu,
Yep.
I'm not saying
I will never be the same again.
Anyway, more from the Mirror here. A boy at the age of 9 will never be the same again after he was mauled in a horrendous dog attack. The family of a boy who was attacked by a pit bull, of course a pit bull, have shared photos of his horrific injuries. As a 9-year-old's brother said, he will never be the same again. Young Alejandro Mizan was playing on a green area at the Old Forge Road estate in Enniscorthy, Wexford on Sunday when he was attacked by the dog at around 4 p.m. Alejandro's face was ripped apart with his bottom lip and each of his cheeks torn off with extensive damage near his left eye. He also suffered serious leg injuries in the attack. So see, here's the thing. People have got to realize your precious little, oh so adorable fur baby is an animal. Open up the lips. You see those daggers inside of its head? Those are called teeth. It is a wild animal. No matter how much you train it, no matter how much domestication it has, it will still act on instincts. And dogs are vicious. Like you want to know why dogs get so excited at squeaky toys? Squeak, squeak, squeak. Boy, ball, squeak. Because it's mimicking the sound of an animal in distress. Literally, dogs are vicious and they get excited over the sound of another creature suffering. And you're letting that near your child. No.
Amen.
Yeah. This is why I will never own a dog. They are animals. Period. So. Yep. I already got one of my guard dogs in the show right now.
Wait.
So, talking about you, Spike.
Oh, dragons, fool.
Oh, you're my guard dragon. That's right.
Like a flying unicorn, bro.
But yeah, no, this is just awful, and I don't know why people can't just wrap their minds around the fact that stop having pit bulls, stop having animals. If you have a kid, don't have an animal. Like 99.999% of the time they will not do it.
From a burglar, because they're pretty efficient at that.
Well,
in terms of animals, though,
but you gotta clean the shit, and then you gotta walk it.
The main cause of a dog attacking a person, it's not because of the wild instinct. It's actually usually caused by the rabies. That is 99% of the time. That is 99% of the time that's
true.
Rabies.
Well, let's say even in Australia, the main...
That's why
we don't have rabies, but the main reason that a dog will attack somebody is because that somebody was bothering the dog. Dogs don't generally go out of their way to be aggressive.
Yeah, no, dogs.
It's off the
dogs
owner,
are
bro.
generally-
Like, if the owner like doesn't like you, it's gonna fucking
I was gonna
attack
say,
you. You know?
Yeah, dogs are not aren't very aggressive. Like they will.
Revive the owner.
They either attack to defend themselves, or they're just sick, or they have like rabies or something.
Yeah.
That's
Or they're reacting to their
Every
master
time,
because their master feels unsafe. For real, bro.
and like just don't fuck with the dog. Don't piss the dog off. Like it's that simple. Don't piss them off.
Yeah, well, like, it's easier to just, not have a dog and not risk anything, like, so, I mean, like, if you use a dog for, like, like security, as Spike here said, I understand, like, dogs do have their uses, but,
Yeah.
I mean,
This people would act like a cat. Like he'll rub against me and be like, like what the fuck? Oh yeah.
Well, I was gonna say my dad has a Brittany Spaniel. I can guarantee you this. This is guaranteed. He will never. There has never been a single day where he's attacked a person. He never has, and he never will. He is hands down the friendliest dog on the planet. He doesn't matter who it is. He's gonna be friendly. Like he's a friendly dog. Like he's very well trained, and he's also very friendly.
yeah, that's what they all say
like,
until a pit bull rips off a kid's face, so.
That's Pitbull though. They're one of the most abused dog breeds.
I know. Touches food.
Yep.
I was gonna say pit bulls are just constantly abused.
Yeah.
They're so poorly treated. That's the reason they attack as often as they do.
But anyway, let's move on up here. More from the Mirror. Once again, talking about Disney. A mom slammed Disney staff who claimed floor-length gown broke theme park dress code. The mom has slammed Disney theme park for being dress coded and took to TikTok for support, but didn't get the response she expected from her viewers. Ha ha! That's what you get for using TikTok, you frickin' yeah. Ashley Aiello jumped on the app to ask her followers whether there was a valid reason for her being dress coded on one of her frequent visits to Disney World in Florida. The TikToker headed to the park to take product photos for her online shop while donning a Minnie Mouse themed headband paired with a turquoise floor length gown. But the outfit turned out to be against the rules, and the mom explained, quote, "I go to Disney between 1 and 3 times a year. So me being the extra person that I am, I got a ball gown to take in front of Disneyland Castle for product photos with my daughter," end quote. So, yeah, all I can say is, you know what? Don't use TikTok. Don't go to Disneyland. Problem solved. Like, and plus, like, she's utilizing the grounds of something else to boost her own, her own product. Like, that's another thing. Like, Disney, like, I don't want to side with Disney, but they are well within their right to do what they did to her, and I actually support it. That's weird. I'm actually taking Disney's side in this. That's really weird. I guess I hate TikTok even more. I don't know.
I guess it's just a new day. It's a very strange day indeed.
It is. I guess I just let it go. Anyway, more from the Mirror. Do-it-yourself job that's illegal and could land you in with a £5,000 fine and unable to sell your home. Brits are being warned about the expensive repercussions of doing a particular DIY task on their home. Electrician John McAllister urged households not to get caught out when it comes to carrying out certain jobs in the kitchen and bathroom of their home. The areas are deemed as special locations according to building regulations, which could result in a £5,000 fine. Failing to also have the appropriate certification when significant electric work is carried out could mean you're unable to sell your home, reports North Wales Live. John McAllister, an electrical engineer or an electrical expert at Mike Job Quotes, told Metro, quote, "Accidentally hitting one in a wall or floor is incredibly dangerous. And if you're planning to work on lots of DIY projects, it's worth investigating in a wire detector and learning how to use it correctly," end quote. Okay. So it's about, like, if you're hammering a nail or something in, like, make sure you're not, hammering it into a power outlet or whatever. So, but yeah, that's interesting.
They're basically just telling you just invest in detectors and shit. Like they're telling you to invest in wire detectors and stud detectors.
Yeah.
But you don't even need a stud detector. You can literally just use your knuckles as a means of finding a stud. It's not that hard.
It's not, but most people these days are just lazy and they can't seem to wrap their minds around the concept of actually, like, you know...
It's not even that they're lazy; they're just fucking stupid, and they don't realize. Like, it's so easy to find. Like, all you gotta do, if it's hollow, there's not a stud there.
Yep.
If it's solid, like if you're a thud, there's a stud right there.
Yep. You hear the thud, there's a stud. If it's hollow, come back tomorrow. I don't know. Like. Anyway,
exactly.
More from the Mirror. This one's weird. Death row inmates sue cruel system as they're told just hours before they're hanged. 3 death row inmates have sued the Japanese government, arguing hanging is a barbaric means of killing that should be abolished. Japan is one of the few economically developed countries that still have the death penalty, and hanging has been its sole execution method for around a century and a half. Lawyer Kiyoshi Misuini said the trio, whose identities have not been revealed, are pursuing an injunction against being killed by hanging. They are also demanding compensation of 33 million yen, or 198,000 pounds, he added, for the psychological distress caused since they were given the death sentence all since 2000. Well, like, whatever they did to land them in death row, they don't have the right to talk about psychological distress. You know? You, like, if you actually, like, have done something legitimately to get yourself locked in prison, you have waived all of your human rights. I'm sorry. You know, if you're not going to behave like a person, you will not be treated like one. Period. Am I wrong?
No, at all.
That's just weird. You know, like, this just seems to me like an obvious way for them to try to get out of it, or at least extend, you know, their lives by a few measly weeks before they're killed anyway. So, I hope their sue falls through and they get hanged twice. So... Anyway, moving on up to UPI, or better known as UPI. Viola player sticks with same orchestra for 71 years and earned a world record. An 86-year-old viola player in England was awarded a Guinness World Record after playing with the same orchestra for over 71 years. The record-keeping organization confirmed Ann Miller was a new record holder for the longest career as a player for the same orchestra after playing viola for the Red Hills Sinfonia in Surrey for 71 years and 194 days. Miller, who is still active with the group, first played with the Red Hills Sinfonia at the age of 14 and has now been with the organization for 73 seasons. Miller took the record from bass player Jan Little, who spent 71 years playing from the Atlanta Symphony Orchestra. So, wow. Talk about, you know, dedication. Talk about, what's the word? Loyalty, you know? That's pretty cool.
Oh, yeah.
Could you imagine playing for the same team for 71 years? You know? Like...
Oh, they're most...
We're talking about FIFA, or I wasn't listening for a second?
We're talking about a viola player.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It would really help if you listen, you know, so that way you'd understand.
Well, I was sort of preoccupied otherwise. I'm sorry.
No worries. Like, but yeah, no, that's really cool.
Xander.
Yeah.
I mean, she's more loyal than most relationships.
Ha! Yes.
More like every... No.
Not every.
Hey,
more loyal than a marriage.
Hey, she's more loyal than most of my exes.
Ha!
Really.
And she could have been playing that thing anywhere. She could have been playing that thing in all different halls all over.
Yep.
We don't know.
Yeah.
But she was also representing a whole group, so...
Yeah. Anyway, moving on up to NPR. 2 people are rescued from a plane that crashed into a Maryland transmission tower. Wow.
Oh.
Damn.
That's stupid.
That's frightening.
Actually, it was probably just an engine malfunction.
Wow.
2 people who were left stranded in a plane after it crashed into a transmission tower in Maryland on Sunday evening have been rescued, according to Montgomery County Fire and Rescue officials. The crash, which took place at around 5:30 p.m. Eastern Time, sent the plane into a tower, into a tower near Rothbury Drive and Goshen Road, according to Pete Perringer, a public information officer for the county's fire department. The passengers were stranded for hours while suspended almost 100 feet in the air. The Montgomery County Office of Emergency Management and Homeland Security announced at 1:11 a.m. Monday that the pair had been rescued. The collision, which happened about 40 miles southwest of Baltimore and 50 miles outside of Washington, D.C., caused power outages throughout Montgomery County. As of 1:40 a.m. Eastern Time, 313 customers were without power, according to Pepco. All right. I'm glad they're safe, though. You know, that's...
Lesson of the day, you do stupid shit and you get stupid prizes.
Well, you don't know if they were being stupid,
Questions
man.
yield stupid answers.
You don't know if they were being stupid, dude. They could have had some kind of engine malfunction. They could have gotten hit by a gust of wind. You know,
likely, but
Is that the actual
you never
photograph?
know if
Yes.
people know it. You never know with people nowadays because people are so
That's
damn
pretty
dumb,
intense
they
looking
forget.
right there.
People
Yeah.
manage to wreck a tricycle.
Well,
People manage to wreck tricycles, even though you shouldn't be able to wreck one of those things.
I believe he was a very skilled pilot to land his plane like that.
huh.
Bro,
Oh.
you know what? I retract my statement. That pure skill. That was the most skilled landing of all time. You can't beat it.
I mean, that's
Top that.
how
Not even Tom Cruise couldn't top that.
that's how 9 out of 10 aircraft land when I'm playing Grand Theft Auto. You know, so
Obi.
God, did you really just say that? You did not. Bad Doom. Bad. Wow. Anyway, now for Noah's contribution to today's show. And hey, yo, what's up, Muffin? How you doing today? We have
Button.
here
Oh.
from Twitter here. Historic, Biden is the first president to have nominated a non-binary official to the Department of Energy who was subsequently charged with stealing a woman's suitcase. Noah, do
Yeah,
you
at
want to...
an airport, you can open that. That's Fox.
well, I don't have... oh, this is Fox? Okay, here we go.
Yeah, it's
I
Fox.
posted a video about that. Not
Oh
knowing
my
that
God.
was gonna be
Yeah,
part-
I saw that. I thought
Ew.
that is crazy. He's got no hair, also.
Bald.
I mean, he's a dude, really, but
we got
okay.
a quote unquote dude that looks like a Q-tip.
Anyway, we have
Probably has
Sam...
dreams. Come on.
We have Sam Brington, a senior Energy Department DOE official, was charged with stealing a traveler's luggage in the Minneapolis airport in September, shortly before quietly taking a leave of absence. Brinton, who serves as the DOE's Deputy Assistant Secretary for Spent Fuel and Waste Disposition, allegedly took a Vera Bradley suitcase worth $2,325 from the luggage carousel at the Minneapolis St. Paul Airport MSP on September 16th, according to a criminal complaint filed on October 26th in Minnesota State Court and obtained by Fox News Digital. Brinton traveled from Washington, D.C. to MSP that day. After the suitcase's owner alerted the police, officers reviewed video of surveillance of the carousel and identified Brinton taking the luggage before removing its tag, identifying the owner, the court filing stated. Law enforcement observed Brinton using the luggage during at least 2 other trips to Washington, D.C. on September 18th and October 9th. So, wow, not only did he steal luggage, but he reused that container. Bro, you're like a high position. You don't make enough money to afford your own luggage? Seriously?
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
just an excuse. I think that's just an excuse. That
Oh, of
he
course
made.
it is.
I feel
Yeah.
like it's the entitlement. He's a very entitled person.
Hey, Xander,
Yeah.
you should check in the VC. You should check the chat that's in VC. You should
Oh.
see what Muffin said.
Oh, God, what do you say? Oh,
Bald.
bald!
Bald.
Says the guy with the bald guy profile picture.
Says the guy with that
Well, anyway, that shall conclude the show. Once again, you can check the underbar of the description for any links you may find interesting, including but unlimited to all things OMNI Coalition. Where's my script? I don't have this memorized yet. For your dose of different, odd, and otherwise unknown news, we stream Monday through Friday at 2 p.m. Pacific Time.
5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Yep. For all of you and all of us, I am Xander, and I was joined by...
Brendoom Fraser, aka the Doom Slayer.
The Doom Slayer.
as well as Muffin, Hot Dog, and Noah!
Oh
That's-
shit.
Did you just
I was
like
gonna
do...
say something.
Did you just do like a dab and spin? That's a new move.
I think I invented.
That's a new move. We'll call
I
it the
invented
Noah.
spin dab.
There's a
It
spin
does
dab.
twice the it does twice the amount of damage.
Oh my god. You just made me
Like I
dab
thought it
3
was
times
Cam
on camera. So
Yeah, that's a
Like
lot
I
of
thought-
damage.
anyway, until you catch us tomorrow, or if you're interested in history, we have a history show every single day at 10 in the morning Pacific time. Whenever you see us next time, until then, don't forget to look right and left at every intersection, rate 5 thumbs, and subscribe. Until then, toodles!
Go Byron.